My name is Jacob Pierce, and I graduated in April of 2015. I was a management major and in the 2015 cohort of the Business Honors Program.
So my name is Haley Williamson. I am an information systems major, but also pursuing a minor in music technology.
I took 3 service learning courses, one my freshman year, one my junior year, and one my senior year. The bookended service learning experiences my freshman and senior year I took through the Collat School of Business. The freshman year experience class that I took was a leadership studies class, and we went and served at Glen Iris Elementary School. And then my senior year I took MG 305 with Professor Dalowitz, and I volunteered at Magic City Woodworks. It's an apprenticeship program that takes at-risk youth and pairs them with employers after a year-long apprenticeship.
I think that any service learning course is valuable for students. I know that being in Professor Dalowitz's class, we've learned so much about nonprofits. It's opened my eyes to just what a nonprofit does and to the challenges that face nonprofits, and to kind of the different things that are in our city. I think Birmingham is just such a diverse place, and so we've learned about so many different kinds of nonprofits serving different needs in the community, and I think it's great hands-on experience, and just it gives you exposure working in teams and working with people in the community, working with professionals, and just learning how to present information in a way that makes it understandable and relatable.
Some of the outcomes that were a result of being a service learning class, the biggest one for me was landing a job. I never saw that coming. I never saw that myself working in a nonprofit organization, and through my experience with service learning, I landed a job. And I think that that's a very tangible reward from my education, but even more than that, I got really valuable experience because the things that we talked about in class I saw in motion every day during my volunteer experience, and then now in my career I get to apply what I've learned.
So currently I am doing an internship with a company called Enrollment Advisors, and it's actually an internship for information systems. But the reason that I decided to take the service learning course on nonprofits was simply out of curiosity. I actually met Professor Dalowitz, and she is so passionate about what she teaches and just brings a lot of joy and excitement to the classroom. And so I was immediately intrigued, and I just wanted to learn more about nonprofits, and that's why I decided to take the course. And I'm actually very glad that I did, because now I feel that a future working with nonprofits, or even serving on an advisory board or anything like that, could be a great option for my future.
I think a misconception about service learning is that it is purely just volunteerism, and that you're just giving away time. And I think service learning is so much more, because you present a skill set, and you bring a level of competency, because that's what you're studying in school. That's what you're training vocationally for, and for one, it's a benefit to organizations because they get really skilled volunteers, but also for you get valuable experience in a setting where it's a great learning environment.
So I think that a volunteer they kind of get a general overview of the organization. So for example, I'm doing my project this semester with Redemptive Cycles, which is a nonprofit bike shop in downtown Birmingham. They serve the needs of the homeless community, and they just have a heart to provide transportation to anyone and everyone that needs it in the form of a bicycle. And so thinking of the difference between a volunteer or doing service learning, a volunteer would be someone more who would go into the bike shop and volunteer, whether that's administratively or just helping with bike repairs, anything like that. But service learning, on the other hand, would be more of learning about the business. So you'll be learning about You might be working with budgets or with learning about evaluations and how does this nonprofit, how do they evaluate themselves, and what role does their board of directors play in their organization? How involved are they? And so doing service learning I feel like it's more in-depth than volunteering, and it gives you a better feel and a better understanding of what the organization does. And I feel like volunteers can be many different types. You can have some that are just come in seasons. They might volunteer over the holidays. You have some that are regular volunteers and that are at all of the events that the organization does, or they are just there every day in the shop, working with just serving the needs of the community. Whereas service learning is more fixed, and it can be for a set time period, like what we're doing this semester with our nonprofit class.
In all honesty, service learning it does require more out-of-class time than a normal standard course. However, the experience that you get is gonna be invaluable, especially if you're passionate about your nonprofit, if you believe in the mission of what the nonprofit that you volunteer at is doing, then it's gonna make a huge difference for you.
So for any student interested in taking a service learning course, I would say definitely be prepared. Just be prepared to work hard, be prepared to learn a lot, because you're not only gaining instruction in the classroom. So this is not something that you just go in twice a week and come into class and listen to a lecture. It's so much more than that, and it's very valuable. But also with service learning courses, you get out of it the amount that you put into it. So if you're going to take a service learning course, I would just say prepare yourself to work hard, prepare yourself to learn and to engage, and be prepared to work with other people. Because in a lot of your traditional, maybe not nowadays, we're kind of moving towards more team-based things, but in a lot of traditional classrooms, you go and you can kind of just sit, take in all the information, and then you just basically spit that back out for the exams. But with a service learning course, you're going to go in and you're going to have interaction with your professor and interaction with your classmates. And so you learn how to take other people's ideas and take value from that, and then take your own ideas and bring those all together in collaboration to come up with something meaningful, whether it's for a project that you're working on or an assignment or anything like that.